Hi, I'm Jessalyn and I'm at WordCamp US, and today I'm joined with
Stambaugh.
Question is, when did you get into tech?
So I think my entrance into tech was kind of slow because I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about how I even started. I don't have a traditional education in tech. I have a master's degree in social work, and I worked as an executive director of a nonprofit that did nonprofit work, and I did that for a very long time. So it was very far from tech. It was just not at all like tech. But while I was in that job, I just became interested, and I figured out that web technologies could help me do a better job at what I was doing in the nonprofit world. And so I started learning tricks, and I started learning all these tools that made my life easier and saved me time. So I slowly started learning these little tricks, and it's hard to really pinpoint an entrance into tech because it was such a slow ramp up. And then in August of 2010, so that's been over 7 years ago now, I had been asked by multiple other nonprofits to come and consult about how they could use their websites better because they weren't using them as well as we were using ours. And I was even flown to other states and paid to consult. And I thought, maybe I could make this a business. And so that's whenever I quit my job, took a leap of faith, quit my job, and started my own business. And about the same time as whenever I also discovered WordPress.
What did you do to get to where you are now? So what was the main thing you did?
So I really attribute a lot of the WordPress community to where I am now. I think the very first thing that I did to get to where I am now is I said yes to volunteering. Because I went to a WordCamp and I met some people, and then I went to a meetup after that. And when I went to the meetup, I went to the very first meetup, and they said, we need people to help volunteer. I was a brand new person to the WordPress community. I didn't know anything, but I did know that even as a brand new person, I could do something to volunteer. It may not be presenting because I obviously was new, but it could be helping schedule, or it could be helping reserve a location. It could be anything like that. So I knew that I could do something to help. So I started volunteering for the meetup. Within 6 months, the meetup leader who had been leading and I had been helping left the state and said, Carol, you're doing such a good job leading this meetup. You're now the meetup lead. And I was only 6 months into it. And what I also discovered was that this community, you don't have to know everything. And you shouldn't know everything because you've got so many resources in the community. And so even though I was just 6 months into my journey with WordPress, I still took the challenge and became the lead of the meetup because I knew that it wasn't me that knew all about WordPress, but all I needed to do was know other people. So I started getting to know other people, and I started meeting people, and I started networking. And it's about maybe a year or a year and a half later that I met your dad. And then I met a whole bunch of people from the Orange County area. And so my network just expanded, and as my network expanded, I just had more resources to succeed. So I really, really think that what got me where I am is this community, and also my willingness to get involved and to volunteer, even when